Welcome to Our Money Chat. You can reach us on Twitter at Our Money Chat. You can email us at ourmoneychats@gmail.com. Today's topic is weekend planning. As a millennial, one thing I noticed was that I fall into this category of, and let me back that up a bit, being a Gen Y millennial. I am within that age group that started in 1976, 1977 to 1995. And those individuals are in their 30s and early 40s. And a lot of us, a lot of people in my age group, particularly all my friends, are married. So I often find myself just not with them on the weekends. They spend time with their husbands, with their families. I might see them during the week for about an hour or two, but a lot of times they're busy and they are family planning and doing things that families do. And that means that I have to find something for myself to do. I have to go and, make an effort to keep myself from being bored. It doesn't always happen that way. A lot of times we have events on the weekends. There's lots of things to do, but I really have to make a plan. I cannot just wake up in the morning, pick up my phone, call someone and be like, hey, let's go to such and such. A lot of times we have to plan everything because, again, people have families and they've got stuff going on. It is hard sometimes, and I've talked to other millennials in other cities who are going through the same thing. It's like they may be that one person that's not married in their circle of friends, and how the hell do we end up not married? It happens. I have had about 2 long relationships, and neither one of them were with healthy people. And I spent way too long with the first one, so I wasted my 20s practically. I spent almost 4 years from the time I graduated from college until I was in my mid 20s, late 20s with a person. And so that just, lesson learned. But, the cost of that lesson has been expensive because it's been that, I've not really met any other people. I didn't, it's just hard to, where I live, the population is, people are already married. There's just, people aren't single. And the ones that are not of my same orientation. So they are, they're with their partners. So it makes it very difficult to always have something to do on the weekends. And that is just, some people don't care. Some people are like, I just want to sleep. I've met some people, I have some friends that are just, they like to sleep on the weekends and go nowhere and do nothing. I had one friend that just couldn't follow through, and I had to stop talking to the person. So again, you can find yourself, some people, in these situations where there's just like, what am I going to do today? Who am I going to see? I have to see people. I don't want to sit at home. So there's a planner that you can get anywhere. You can buy planners, you can buy calendars, whatever. Make sure you fill your calendar up, because not having people to do things with and not having a structured weekend can just lead to depression. I've met far too many people in other cities where they're hanging out by themselves, or they don't go somewhere because they don't know anyone, or they're too afraid, so they sit at home and they eat, or they sit at home and watch Netflix all day. And I don't know if that's always the best use of one's time. I can see one being tired, but sitting around watching television and just kind of vegging out and not making plans to meet other people and go out and do things is a little bit dangerous. If you have social anxieties and you just don't feel like trying to meet people, or, meeting people is not that easy. You have to, go for, especially if you're, I hate to play the political cards here, but, sometimes if you're in a city where you are, let's say, a minority, and you, with the political climate being the way it is, you might be afraid to go somewhere where there's people you don't know. You don't know if it's safe with the way that people are so hateful to people these days. So, That's another reason why I suggest people who are in my shoes move to bigger cities, move to large cities, find a way, get a job in these larger cities, and do what you can to keep it, because some of these places are just not safe, and you won't grow or have anything to do. I had one friend, he's also single. He's Indian American, first generation. His family is from, I want to say from Gujarat state. And he told me he moved to, I won't say where, a state in the northwest area. And he was bored. He was miserable. He said, I had to leave because there just wasn't anything to do. There weren't any people. When he just started to realize that, oh, wow, this is it. I'm going to go to work every day, come back home, and there's not a lot of activity. These people are in their own world. They're doing their own thing. So he didn't have any friends, and he stayed there 6 months. He just didn't meet anyone. So he left, and he came back. And that's huge. Pardon me, the pollen down here is rough. So he's been, just dealing with that and trying to get through it. But that's hard. And even in this city, we have a hard time finding things to do in a huge city like this. I remember being in New York, and sometimes I just didn't know what to do. I was like, God, what am I going to do today? It's Saturday, and my friends are busy with their husbands. What am I supposed to do? So one thing that has helped me, and this is a question that has come up, and I just figured I better talk about it, because some of us are single, and there's nothing wrong with being single, but there are challenges to that when you are in a group of people, or in a friendship circle with people who are just, married. I'm so sorry I'm coughing like this. This is just terrible. Eat some of these Altoids. Maybe they'll make me feel better. But make a plan. Get your calendar out. Fill it up. Decide you're going to get some grocery shopping done. Maybe go to a movie. Go to the library and research a topic that's very important to you. Find a way to make money. If you need to learn a language, there's always something on your list that needs to be done. There's always something. If you don't speak 2 languages, you need to be in the library learning. It's going to help you. It will help you meet people. It's a helpful thing. So, make a list of things that you just need to get done and do them. And on those days when your friends are busy and they can't hang out with you, or whatever, just go find something to do. Put your list together and get it done. This has been another episode of Our Money Chats. You can reach us on Twitter at ourmoneychats@gmail. Pardon me. You can reach us on Twitter at ourmoneychats. You can email us ourmoneychats@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.